2 days later and the trekkers are more than halfway. They're heading towards the highest point of the track, more than 2,000 metres above sea level. The air has become cool and thin.
High spirits of Maduri starting to fade off on this steep climb, and it's very quiet. After a pretty noisy descent, it's gone silent. I think they're more concerned about oxygen at the moment. Don't look up, Tim. Don't look up.
Ali has lately drifted towards the back of the pack.
Someone just shoot me now, man. I like your 5 minutes, Artie.
We're the KT boys. The Kokoda trap boys.
Kokoda boys.
Yeah.
Our paths crossed. Now we're at the back of the pack, just as slow. So when I get home, I'm trying to give my mum and my dad the biggest hug, man.
The biggest kiss, eh?
Hard up, man.
No, there's nothing like family. Situations like this, that's when it like actually hits you in the head. And you know what you really got, and you're taking it for granted or taking advantage of it.
Ali's family was shattered by his act of vandalism during the Cronulla riots. They felt angry, shamed by his insult to their adopted country.
Australia treated us very well. We were lucky to be here. We never are the type of people that you sort of eat from somebody's plate and you spit on it, as we say in a phrase.
A teenager who burnt an Australian flag in retaliation for the riots will spend the next fortnight in custody.
When Ali was arrested, he was already on a good behaviour bond for previous offences. He ended up spending 7 months in juvenile detention, and it scared the life out of him.
Nothing was getting into him till this has happened. When he got locked up, he says that he started thinking things over and this sort of, whoa, what am I doing? Why did I do this?
Burning the flag, I hurt many people, basically families and that grow up under this flag, and war veterans and things like that. It's not their fault the Cronulla riots happened, and me doing that, burning the flag, just cut them even more, put them in a position where I was showing them hate. And as much hate as was shown towards us, why should I show it to anyone else?
I was pleased to hear that people had been apprehended for it.
Don Rowe, State President of the New South Wales RSL, first met Ali at a reconciliation conference after he came out of detention.
It became pretty obvious to us that he was remorsed in what he had done and was very sorry what had happened. And his attitude and the sincerity in his voice convinced us that he was fair dinkum, and he was a young fellow who was at the wrong place at the wrong time and done something really stupid.
A Sydney teenager who burnt an Australian flag will now carry one in next year's Anzac Day parade.
So the RSL, in a bold gesture of forgiveness, hatched a plan for Ali to march on Anzac Day.
On the night of the riots, the 17-year-old...
When the news broke that the flag burner would become the flag bearer, Talkback Radio went wild.
We don't want him to be a hero, we just want him to go away.
He doesn't deserve to even go anywhere near that flag, and to be quite frank with you, he and his parents and everyone else can go back to where they came from.
And that young fellow should realise he's living in the best country in the world. Instead of peeing on the flag, they should pee on him.
Lots of people said they were going to spit on him and abuse him and throw eggs at him and kick his ass every time they saw him, and that's just not not on.
I felt like, did I hurt this much people? What I'd done, like something so small but so effective.
It doesn't help the cause, doesn't help any young person respect and realise the values of what Australia is about.
And so Ali came to Kokoda instead. Except this time, it was all kept very secret. No one except John knows about Ali's past. But the thought of telling his new friends is starting to weigh heavily on him.
I think if I do, there's going to be a big difference on my trip here. Like, people are going to be looking at me a lot differently. And maybe if they do find out, maybe one time when I put my hand out to help them up a ledge or something, I don't think they're going to take my hand.
He's got these barriers up because he doesn't want to get hurt. And yes, he's going to risk hurt, but he's never going to be able to really advance and build relationships until he takes that step. I want to pose a question to all of you. It's a question, it's also a challenge. Now, maybe ask yourself, in life, when the going gets a bit tough, do you immediately stop? Or would you push through it? Because what I'm seeing here at the moment is a group of guys that have done some hard yards, but this morning, for some reason, you're stopping all the time. And what you're doing is you're training yourself to stop every time it gets a little bit hard. You know, nothing's easy in life, and it's not easy on the track. But you're not gaining anything in continually stopping. You're actually making it harder for yourself. So there's little... The lessons are touching him. The track works on you, whether you like it or not. And yes, he has been touched. What I can't judge at this stage is the depth of how far it's gone.
By day 6, the lessons are coming thick and fast. They're now on their way to Brigade Hill and the scene of one of the most devastating battles in the campaign. Here, a small group of diggers, against impossible odds, held out to protect their mates, knowing full well that they would die.
Just sit there for a couple of moments in your own thoughts and think about what those young men, how they felt. How would you feel? You know, I ask myself this question. I can't answer it. How would I feel taking off my identity disc and handing my pay packet and knowing that I was going to my death? So look over this area here. You'll see a lot of little indentations. And that's the remains of 62 Australian soldiers who died here on Brigade Hill. Are we living up to ideals that would honour their sacrifice? And in all of you, I see such enormous potential. And the only thing standing between you and your potential is your thinking. We owe it to these men to achieve our full potential.
Australians, oh, let us rejoice, for we are young and free. We've golden soil and wealthful toil. Our home is good by sea. Our land abounds in nature's gift, of beauty rich and rare. In history's page let every stage advance Australia fair. In joyful strains then let us sing, advance Australia fair.
Thanks, guys. I'd say that you're probably